String to the ceiling.
Thursday.
Oh.
Hey everybody.
Hand sanitizer.
We have new hand sanitizer this week.
Yeah.
Where's this one from?
It's from Distillery down in Tasmania. One of our favourites. It smells like eucalypt, lavender,
And grapefruit.
and grapefruit.
And it go good with a tonic.
Do not drink
Perfect.
hand sanitizer. Do not try this at home.
Oh.
Oh, I reckon. And garnish with lime. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a bit of lime in there would be champion. Anyway,
How's everyone doing?
I'm sensational, thanks. Yeah.
I'm going to warn everybody at home, wear Celia's boots today. So,
Well, they haven't even had a drink yet.
no, might actually be part of the problem.
Hi, Christine.
Beautiful, Christine's on.
Yeah, we're looping out. I think.
Looping?
It's
Yeah. It's sort of like we're doing a lap through that lockdown thing.
Well, on Friday you were walking around saying you're on the La La train, so I think we're well and truly there.
We've left the station now.
All aboard.
Choot choot. Alright, so what are we doing today?
Shiraz Gin. Yay! Woo!
And we've pretty accidentally coincided very perfectly with the new release of the Four Pillars Shiraz Gin as of the end of last week.
Except we haven't got the new release gin. This is last year's.
No. That being said, Russ, tell us a little bit how long we've had this for a while, haven't we?
Christine's still on the bus.
I know. Better than being on the wagon. Ah.
Now, when
Oh yes, actually, new counter. You may have noticed there is a big gap in the middle. We haven't quite
We
addressed it.
completely lost the plot and cut a hole in the desk.
Well, Ross and Vivian went to lunch. We were talking about it, and then Ross and Vivian went to lunch, and
I
Luke
was-
goes, "We're moving the counter." Okay.
we've been talking about doing it for a while, and I kind of had that moment where I just said, when do we actually do the thing we've been talking about? And then I went, alright, they're on lunch.
Let's go.
This is the coup.
Parents are out. Hey, Steve. Hey, Liz.
No, it was all quick happening.
Oh yeah. We got
Actually, Steve's in Mildura, so he's not in lockdown. Lucky dog.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Better go to the pub for me then.
Hello, Lisa, as well. Hello.
Beautiful. So,
Hey, that's 3. You need another one.
5.
I can't count. I thought so.
So Shiraz Gin. What do I need to know about it? How's it made?
With Shiraz. Ta-da.
Ooh.
Now, interestingly enough,
Who wants
I know the Cam, the distiller at Four Pillars, and he came and talked about this when he was making up the first batch. And he discovered something first time around, because at that stage they're in the back of a Styx winery in Yarra Glen, not their current location. So there's plenty of wine about, so he'd been playing around. Cam also comes from a winemaking family, so he sort of had wine about, and they decided to sort of, we could do all these sorts of games, and stuck some Shiraz in the still. Made pretty good spirit and made pretty reasonable gin, but when you stick anything red in a still, what comes out pretty much clear.
And that was just a bunch of grapes, wasn't it? Just popped them in, just like that. Yeah.
No, a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it goes in this kind of colour, but it comes out very, really, really pale, washed out pinky colour. Because apparently the red doesn't go through the still for some reason. And everybody else has tried the same game, has come up with the same result. So to get the red colour, they have to add it after it's been distilled. Whatever it is. Now, like some of the pink gins, we're discovering one of the pink gins that uses raspberries to get the colour, they're actually adding rhubarb.
Right. Okay.
Go figure.
Oh yeah, that was a mouthie.
Yeah. So, all over the world, people have discovered you put red things in a still, it doesn't come out red. So Cam with this lot, he was originally making it with Shiraz grapes, Shiraz wine, Shiraz whatever, did various takes
Shiraz
on it.
barrels.
Yeah, and then in the end he found he had whatever he did didn't come out the right colour, so he had to actually add the Shiraz juice after the distillation.
Yeah. Okay.
To get that colour. So then it was a question of blending the Shiraz coming in the still and out of the still and adding some juice to get the right colour and balancing the flavour profiles to come up with this concoction.
Hey, Ashley.
So
Beautiful.
Oh, Ashley's at home. Nice.
Doing the 4 pillars first.
Yeah.
yeah.
Starting
We've
with Four
got
Pillars.
Tash at Fossey's. Hello.
Oh, Tash is on.
Beautiful. We've got Liz.
Mm.
So
Fantastic.
All right, let's talk about the smell of this.
So this one is their 2019, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Four Pillars 2019.
Now, when we first...
We haven't got the vintage, the current one that was released on Saturday, we haven't got yet, so.
No.
But we've still got
So
plenty of that.
sorry, what's the gin? The gin is distilled from.
I'll be the normal gin base,
Okay,
but there is some Shiraz in that added to that base.
right. And then they put more.
Yeah, Shiraz juice after, and it's just the juice. It's grape juice, not
Not the wine.
no.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when the first ever release sort of popped up in a couple of bars, and I think it was weighed 1 barrel. And then second couple of releases got bigger and better, and it would sell out couple of weeks.
Pretty quickly. Yeah.
But we're pretty lucky now. We can have it. We have it on our shelves pretty much all year round, which is no small part of organisation. But
No. Now we have served ours up with no ice just yet. We may add ice later, but we just want to give it a go.
I think the addition of the Shiraz juice in there, you might want to give it a warm.
And this one is a lot darker than all the others as well.
This is the darkest one in colour, yeah.
It definitely breathes the more you swirl it and give it air.
Much like wine.
Christine goes, my 37th birthday was a fuzzy blur thanks to this gin.
Yeah. I'm getting bits of blackberry.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get blackberry.
Yeah,
I
blackberry.
get a bit of blueberry as well.
Yeah,
Blueberry, yeah.
blueberry, definitely.
Oh yeah, I get the blueberry actually.
Hello, Luke in Tassie.
Star anise.
Yeah.
Like that little bit of like spiciness. Obviously there's like a pepperiness to it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Pepperiness is really nice.
Is it
A
pink?
Shiraziness.
Is it pink peppercorn sort of smell?
Mmm.
It's not black.
Yeah.
Definitely a pink peppercorn. Ooh, okay.
What's everyone else getting at home as well?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know.
I'm getting yummy flavours.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yum, yum.
It has been.
Very sophisticated palate today, ladies and gentlemen. That smells good.
Can I taste it now?
Yeah.
I've moved on.
It's always hard to make Ross and Luke to an actual drink.
Ooh.
That was that sound that
I
look
don't know.
again. She likes it. She likes it.
I like it, but I don't know what that flavour is.
It's a great mouthfeel though. It's really beautiful texture.
There's almost a little bit of
Tubes? Wine gums? No, more like a
Whoa, yeah.
like gummy lollies.
yeah.
But those like really, I don't know, they're almost like medicinal.
We seem to discuss
Gummy
lollies
lollies.
a lot. Christine would be saying fairy floss now, but she's still on the bus.
Must sticks as well. No.
Mm.
But I feel like because lollies are also quite nostalgic.
Christine is commenting from memory while on the bus.
Orange Ford, delicious from what I remember. We'll
I'm
confirm
getting some.
shortly.
There's like a touch of like herbal bitterness.
You know, it's
Yeah.
I'm not getting orange. I'm getting that mandarin sort of flavour. Sorry, Rachel.
I was just going to say, it's almost kind of, herbal at the end. Like a digestive.
Yeah.
Mmm.
That's delicious just as it is.
Now
Yeah.
we do have some ice, but I'm gonna hit this with tonic straight away.
That's a good point.
Like
Which
I said.
tonic are you going to go with?
I'm going with the light tonic from Fever Tree.
Oh.
I don't think this needs a lot.
Now, we didn't say the light tonic, I'm afraid. That was a bit of a last minute. Let's
This
do
is
that,
me
sorry.
having a chaotic.
Can I have some Indian when you're ready, Luke? Oh, okay.
And how will you be garnishing this one? Are you thinking a bit of orange, maybe lime,
I'm thinking-
lemon?
Now that I've gone to that bitter aperitif, I'm thinking a slice of orange.
Oh, yeah.
I think orange. I think maybe it's that. I had to go back to the citrus thing, but I think maybe it's that clementine. It's not quite orange for me.
Clementine.
Oh, Clementine's back. Watch out.
Clementine's back.
Do you want to take that to Rachel as well?
Yes.
Which tonic would you like, that or the light?
I think I haven't tried the light. I haven't tried the light one.
I'm finding I've not used the light very often. I'm finding it really pleasant.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want light?
Did you go Indian or light?
I went Indian. I feel like what is it? It brings out something, but I don't know what it brings out.
I must say, I messed around this with all sorts of things trying to get it right. Then I went to a bar one day and they just sort of chucked in whatever tonic they had in a slice of lemon. I drank and went, that's really good.
Simple as that.
Yeah, so I think you can probably muck around too much with this one.
Ooh,
I've had
this-
I've had this with lemon as well.
Liz says bitters.
Yeah, Amanda says blood orange. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, blood orange would be
Actually,
great
blood
in that.
orange
Yeah.
would be good call.
I just say something like that. Like,
As yummy as it is, though.
I think because of the fruitiness of the Shiraz, it can hold up against a lot of different garnishing. You know,
Quite right.
rather than a straight botanical gin, it's light and herbal and floral and all that. I think a bit of the punchy juiciness it's got enough guts.
Very good point. Now, where would you be wanting to drink this one?
Yeah, now.
on
Yeah,
a balcony in a bar in Hong Kong.
I
Very
not-
specific.
Maybe not Hong Kong anymore.
No, not today. But
see
We have had it on a balcony, in a balcony on a bar, in a bar.
the juiciness of that makes me think like a really big wine glass, lots of ice, like autumn in the back of a like old pub.
Would you have lots of ice? I am actually liking it without ice.
Yeah, I mean either or. It works without ice, which is nice.
Certainly.
yeah,
I think it's a very autumnal sort of gin.
your thing is very autumnal.
Fruit, rich, warm.
Yeah, delicious.
Yes, you're quite right.
Not full on by the fire sort of whiskey drinking, but
No.
nice, fruity, juicy.
A
Yum.
little bit of a chilly day.
Yeah,
Not too crazy.
Cool.
like a big coat's kind of a weather.
Larissa said splash of soda water or neat is my preference. Neat is really good. I was
Yeah,
surprised by that.
needs good. I had it with soda water. I just like that.
Luke's just got a moth about to
Glue
land on
vine.
him.
Luke in, I assume that's Luke in Tassie, said glue vine gin.
Yes.
Ooh.
Just a bit.
Yum. Fantastic.
Lovely.
Do we have any last comments about Fossey? Actually, with each vintage that they come out with, are they very similar? How would you compare them?
No, they vary every year with the vintage with the Shiraz grapes.
Yes. Okay.
Different strengths, different flavour profiles. Exactly the same way the Shiraz will be different with each vintage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I would say I think I had the second or third vintage when I first had it. It was a slightly less juicy, more of a spicy sort of a Shiraz.
I think
Yeah.
everyone got carried away with the first of them and the first vintage, but it was only such a small batch. And this next year when they ramped up to instead of making one barrel, I think they made 4. And everyone went, oh, this is a bit watered down, blah, blah, blah. But I think there's also a lesser vintage in terms of the grapes that year. And then the third one that came out, everyone went, oh, they've got back to the same thing. But I think it was probably just the quality of the grapes that year was better.
Depends, but I totally agree. I think some years they have a slightly more peppery Shiraz, some year it's a slightly more juicy Shiraz,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's part of the fun.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah.
Anyway,
Brilliant.
Hi, Brett.
champion. We're moving on to the 2 Accents Shiraz gin from McLaren Vale. Yum.
McLaren Vale.
Very excited.
South Australia.
Now, it's a very interesting gin.
So how do they make 2 accents, and what do we know about 2 accents?
Well, do you want to go ahead, Russ?
No, well, who's full of the story? You and Vivian are carrying the story, not me in this instance. You spoke to Scott about it.
I spoke to Scott about it, yes.
Well, this one is made.
Okay, come on, your turn. Come on, you come. In you
Right.
come.
A bit of a switcheroo.
All right, off the interchange bench. Hi, everybody. So Scott came in and he was talking about the fact that 2 Accents was started by an English lady who, it's the reason it's called 2 Accents. Her partner is Australian, she is English. She grew up with a great love of gin and in fact been making bathtub gin with her grandmother.
Who hasn't?
Well, which is what I said, and then I thought, oh, maybe it was just us. And in this instance, what they decided to do was they decided to actually mix the Shiraz with the gin. So they make the gin and then they mix the Shiraz
Well, her husband,
with the
who's
gin.
the
Because
second
her
of the
husband,
accent.
her partner, is a maker of Shiraz in
McLaren Vale.
McLaren Vale. So it's made from Fox Creek.
Fox Creek wine.
We actually have Laurie that's just logged on. She goes, "Hi, week seller, you all look fantastic." She goes, "I'm the boring English lady."
I didn't say you were
Not
boring.
at all.
Lady. Hi, Laurie. Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
Laurie.
This is fabulous.
So the difference between that and the 4 Pillars. 4 Pillars' goal was to make a Shiraz-based gin, whereas this is actually about taking a wine and putting them together.
Yeah. So it's quite.
So there's
it's
2
already-
things in one bottle.
It's already a blended drink.
It's blended spirit.
Beautiful.
different
What's the
colour, isn't
percentage?
it?
Isn't the percentage still gin?
Yeah, it's 41 ABV. So
Because the Four Pillars is like 37.5 or
37.5. Yeah.
And one time was 38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've clearly know what they're doing if they've managed to mix an already made wine into an already made gin and get the percentage at 41. That's a pretty spot on.
This smells quite different, doesn't it?
Ooh.
Yum.
Oh, this smells like
I'm always nervous about saying what I smell when you've got the person who actually made it on the line. So, Laurie, feel free to tell us that we've got it wrong. But
I'm getting
got
a little
some
bit more pepperiness on the
yeah,
nose.
I've got some real spice in this one, and this is a bit more complex spice. I think this is
Clove
a bit
and allspice and
cinnamon,
stuff.
allspice.
Yeah.
And this is what I would call Christmas cake spices.
Yeah.
She's saying
Yeah.
oak. Lots of oak.
Lots of oak.
Yeah.
Yep.
That oakiness is definitely coming through.
But I get some of those spices you get with Shiraz, and there's sort of
Yeah.
a slight hint of cinnamon and cloves and stuff in it.
And you can tell with this one it is a lot pale. Well, yeah, a lot lighter in colour.
Yeah.
Well, it's more winey colour than sort of that purpley juicy colour of the fruit.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Different thing.
Alright.
Less of the orange sort of
Yeah.
smell. A bit though.
There's almost something quite. There's almost a subtle eucalypt coming through, which I quite like.
That green leaf.
Oh,
Sort of.
yeah, sort of the Australian botanical.
Australian
Yeah.
botanical.
Yeah,
Yes.
authentic Australian.
Yeah.
I do love that.
I think.
Alright, I'm tasting now.
Yeah, let's go in.
Jump right in.
Ooh, that has got a great middle palate. Yum.
That's spicy.
It is spicy.
I like that.
That's got-
different texture though.
That's
this,
got guts.
this this feels more like a gin in the mouth.
Oh, certainly.
Does that make
yes,
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than whereas this felt much more juicy.
This
This feels like
this is
gin.
feels the texture is gin like. The taste is very like old school spicy
I didn't-
Shiraz.
This one. Yes.
Yeah. This
yeah.
is more grape juicy, I think.
And the texture feels more grape juicy. This is
Old school, very oaked.
Now maybe-
McLaren Vale.
yeah. So what are we going to
I don't know. Oh,
what are we going to garnish with that with? I just quite like it is.
Neat.
So do we have any
Well,
suggestions?
Scott said natural tonic water. Well, yeah, light tonic water. I'm pretty sure, and that orange.
Okay.
Does Laurie suggest anything else?
Yeah. So Lauren, let us know if there's something that you think goes best with it. That's what Scott said. Bit of orange. Can I have a bit of ice, please, Luke? You can use your fingers. I don't mind. You could probably put the ice in the glass, not just on the floor.
where's the fun in that?
Would you like some ice in yours?
Because I'm thinking I'm not even going to put tonic in this.
Maybe I will. Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
please put some in there for me?
Oh, that's delicious. I think with the ice, it actually opens up
Oh,
a bit
there's
more.
a suggestion of martini here.
Oh, yeah.
This has enough flavour and
Yeah.
complexity of its own.
Laurie
Oh, yeah.
said neat on ice.
Oh, well, there you go. We've got it right by accident. That is pretty much our go-to.
Christina said a bit of aniseed in this one. Rosa
Oh,
said
I
a bit,
see.
or a
And
bit
light tonic.
tequila-like. Is that because it would be slightly aged? Do you think? That would be
I don't know.
tequila?
I don't know.
And a little bit of orange.
Well, Laurie also says, or blood orange is amazeballs. We didn't
Right.
organise blood orange.
No,
Oh, we didn't think of it.
Well, the other thing is we can't be
What
buying
would you like,
every
Rachel?
citrus every week.
This is true.
Where's the ice?
So,
Yeah, it is. The ice really brings out lots of different smells and flavours, I think.
Yeah.
It was sort of like, for those of us
Do
who,
you want garnish?
for those of you who watched Whiskey last week, was Whiskey last week? I am losing
Yeah.
track. It was interesting how just a drop of water really opened it up, and I think this does the same thing.
oh,
Wow.
on the nose, when you add a little bit of ice and give it a swirl, it's getting that dry, earthy muskiness, which is like really earthiness.
I'm with Laurie. I think I would just drink this like that.
Laurie's also saying in the green.
Ah,
Which I
Oh
can see.
yeah,
now we're talking.
I'm not the biggest Negroni fan, but
That
that
would be a good
that
one.
I can get around.
And Laurie also said brings out the sweetness, and I agree with that. It does bring out the
I'm gonna
sweetness
be a
of it.
bit of a put
Lemon.
lemon in it.
And
And drum roll.
dun, dun, dun.
Whoa, okay, that's a completely different thing.
You seem slightly unsure.
So Ross in the
Just didn't do what I was expecting.
Ross in the producer's box is trying orange. How's it going with the orange?
Perfect.
Okay. I can take a hint. Would you like orange? Don't have to.
I might grab some orange.
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 bits by mistake.
Oop. Slip and slide. Oop. Thank you.
You're right with your social distancing there.
I've got a
I
really,
didn't touch my slice.
Yeah.
Her slice. I didn't touch mine.
I've got a really small slice of lemon, and I think that if you wanted to drink it with soda water, a thin slice of lemon would be really good.
Can I add a little bit of light tonic
Yeah.
to it, please? I'm just curious.
Yep, that is a really nice drink, just on its own. It's delicious.
And yeah, the lemon's giving me major martini vibes.
But again,
Yeah, interesting.
I think it's adding to my our now very long list of nice long drinks on a hot day. But maybe that's just because we're all feeling a bit demented and locked in and cold.
A little bit sad.
You know what? This
This week's been one of those weeks where you think, oh, ordinary, sad, cross, angry. Oh, it's Thursday. Have a drink.
Drink.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, people have been coming in being like, oh, like, what can you do? And I'm just like, drink. That's what you can
That's
do.
it. Do
Well,
your bit, man up.
there is
Girl
this,
up.
there's this theory in our family,
Pony up.
which is that at some point you get sick and tired and sad and depressed about it being winter, and it's fine because you put your bathers on, you crank the heater at full bore, and you get yourself a nice big drink and sit around in your bathers and pretend it's summer inside.
It's true.
And
actually.
that is what I want.
For reasons that I won't discuss, our local minister popped in to see us. And we had just got home from work. And the boys were wearing their Hawaiian shirts and their bathers and shorts.
How old were they?
7 and 9.
Okay.
And the temperature in the house was about 32 degrees.
Who ever said I didn't start good trends?
This was in August. The house was absolutely boiling.
And I
Oh,
still do it to this day, once a year, when I get really sick of winter.
I've had enough.
Get
Damn
sick
it.
of being stuck inside.
Anyway,
and
we're not
crank
quite
it
at
up.
that point yet, but we are at the Shiraz Gin
So that's
Tasting.
where I'd like to be drinking this.
Yeah, so it'd be nice.
Fake summer.
Fake summer.
No, summer in July.
Summer in July. Yeah, that is a very nice drink. Thank you, Laurie. It's
I like
gorgeous.
that with the light
you.
tonic water. It's just quite subtle and
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, Rachel.
Laurie's also suggesting spiced ginger ale. Or was it? What was it? Yeah, spiced orange ginger ale.
Oh yeah, the
Ah, the
fever tree.
fever tree. I can
Scott
see
did
that.
mention that to us, and we thought we were a little unsure because otherwise we thought we'd have too many garnishes. But
Yeah.
I'd like to experiment with that at some stage.
All right.
Ross is going to get some now.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Do we have any last comments on Two Accents?
Um,
Apart from
I-
it's delicious.
I really like it.
I'm really pleasantly
I'm
surprised.
impressed. I haven't tasted it before. It's delicious.
So we've got the prop for that.
Fantastic.
Do you want to pop back in for Fossey's, Roscoe?
So moving on for Fossies.
Tag.
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 And Steve commented. So Steve is the distiller at Fossey's, and he left us a little comment saying, "So we've laid down Shiraz gin in a 300-litre Barossa Shiraz French barrel, shaved and lightly toasted." So that's what they do at Fossey's.
And you get the barrel on the toaster.
Russ, while I'm pouring this, do you want to talk about what's different about this Fossey's Shiraz gin?
Well, it's made in Mildura by Steve and his merry men and girls and troops,
The gang.
the gang. And like Cam, he discovered trying to put Shiraz through the distill, it doesn't come out red, and if you're going to call it Shiraz gin, everyone expects it to be red.
No.
So you've got to add stuff after you've made the gin to make it the red colour. But what they do, which is different, is they have a Shiraz vine growing across the back of the distillery, and they pick the grapes off that and chuck them in a barrel with the Shiraz and let it sit. And they taste until they think it's right, and then they bottle it from there. So it's sort of more a dried fruit approach to the things as opposed to...
So,
So
what,
this adds Shiraz juice. This adds Shiraz wine.
Wine.
This adds real fruit.
drier,
Yeah.
almost sultana-y sort of fruit. Alright, let's dig in.
Beautiful.
Because I gave this a whiff earlier when I was bottling some stuff up, and this smells like a meal.
Oh, see, that's... Oh, it's like a mince pie. Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. That is.
Now,
completely
I do have to say that the first time we had this gin, we opened a bottle expecting just to have a little sample like this, and then we put our and worked out what combination we're going to have with it. And by the time we worked out the combination, we found the bottle was empty. And we were declaring we wish we had another one.
So what are we all getting on the nose? What are you getting, Rachel?
Yeah, I'm with mince pie.
Well, someone just said cumin, which I would agree with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I certainly get that.
Christine said, "That's what I get for riding the bus. I was tasting the Fossies while you were all trying 2 accents. I'm guessing." Whoopsie.
A bit lost in translation there.
Yeah. A bit of Lisa said aniseed, and Amanda has said black currant. Ooh, Colette, some licorice.
Yeah, I'm getting licorice and blackcurrant.
No, I'm getting the cumin as well, and a bit of
There's
cinnamon.
lots
I
of
think.
cumin actually. I've never smelt as much cumin in a.
I'm going to be an absolute loser and say something like fenugreek.
Sorry, what?
Crikey,
Yeah.
crikey.
Well, that's a bit.
When we're talking about herbs and spices,
Fenugreek is in that cumin sort of
cumin, fenugreek, fennel seed,
space, yeah.
dried dill.
Yeah, quite right.
I know quite a few dried dills, but there you go.
I know some quite wet ones.
I was going to say I was a dry dill to about 5:59.
Still now. Beautiful.
I'm also getting
Wow, it's interesting that for 3 gins, they all smell
So
different,
different.
don't they? I
But
reckon
they're
I could
still
actually-
drawing on elements you're going to get from the Shiraz.
I reckon I could actually pick them
on the nose.
on the lineup, yeah.
Actually, it's been interesting having this bottle open. Here people have been like, "Oh, like Fossies, I know them. What's the Shiraz gin?" And I go, like, "Do you want to have a bit of a smell?" And I think I've sold like 2 or 3 bottles because they've been able to smell it, and they go, "Wow, that's incredible."
Hello, Andrea from Brisbane.
Hi, Andy. Oh, there's also like a spiced or baked pear sort of element,
Oh, yeah.
which might just be me.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Ooh, Carmena says Beth and her are getting
Rhubarb?
gingerbread vibes. Bit of
Yeah, I
nutmeg,
think
that kind of
that
thing.
Nutmeg's good.
Yeah, I think it's that.
I'm thinking a little bit of rhubarb, but I might be off.
Someone's agreed with you on fenugreek.
Yeah, that was Larissa.
Larissa,
Yeah. And
champion.
She grew up on a vineyard in northern Victoria, and the smells just sent her back there. That's quite lovely.
Well,
Very
this
jealous.
is Mildura, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yes.
And the colour. Let's go back to colour. This has some browny orangey tones
Well,
to
there's
it.
that dried fruit. It's a sort of, isn't it really?
It does
And
smell like Mildura, actually.
What I think is really
It's just a
interesting,
really
this
dusty smell.
almost reminds me of the colour of like a light fortified wine. Which is
It does.
Sultana colour.
because it's sultana-y sort of smelling and
So take more of that later.
anyway, I'm going to dive into this palette.
Yum.
The texture of that is completely different.
Yum.
That's got a really
Wow.
oily texture
Very.
all the way across the palette.
That's delicious.
And it lingers as well. I like that.
Yeah, it's got
That's-
a really long palate.
That's a by the fire gin.
Very licorice in the end.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Piano
Yeah.
seed. Get that through.
The texture of that is outstanding.
That is so smooth. Just
It's
goes
delicious.
slides through. Yeah.
Okay, I was not there when Vivian and Ross tasted this whole bottle, but at 40% ABV, that is bloody well dangerous.
Kind of a
Now,
drop of ice,
how
please.
are we going to garnish this one? Are you adding ice to it?
Yep. No, just, it'll do.
Just a dollop of ice?
I'm garnishing it with ice.
Garnishing with ice? Any tonic? Any
Garnishing it with tonic.
bit of Indian tonic?
I was thinking of the dry ginger. Perhaps the spiced dry ginger.
Ooh.
I'm going to go a dash of soda.
Nathan at Fossey's suggested adding a little bit of lime to it if you wanted to have sort of a sweet and sour kind of feel to it. But it depends what you're going for.
What would you like? Ed?
I'm going to go lime.
Maybe I will try lime. Do I want some ice? Can I please have a
Ice?
bit of ice? That would be lovely.
Does anyone in the dress circle want ice
What's
or...
everyone garnishing with at home?
Ice.
I'm
I'm going to have
curious.
Tonic?
the spiced thingamajig.
Hold that. Where's the... and the...
Yeah, getting a
Is the
bit of
bullet-
cardamom through there.
Does anyone see the bowl in?
Yep, cardamom it is. I agree.
I've lost the bottle opener, everyone.
Good job.
Good job.
No, I got it. Just got it out of the drawer.
Or is there a different one?
I gave it to you.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Spoiler alert, we're doing this live, guys. People are watching.
That's okay.
I can definitely tell the lime does make it a sweet and sour thing, and I quite like that. It's a little bit interesting. A little bit interesting.
Alright, somebody talk about something while Luke's damaging himself.
Steve thinks you should just put a couple of dry raisins on a stick and
Pop them in. Oh,
How does it
beautiful.
Only trick I learned in uni was how to open a bottle cap with pretty much anything.
Or he said a touch of soda. I haven't added any soda water to any of them. Can I please have the soda water? Because that's what.
Wrap that round your
Steve
laughing gear.
just-
What would you like? Rachel?
Oh, that is delicious with the spiced orange.
Well, I guess spiced orange then.
Do you want ice?
Yes, please.
Actually, I'm going to have a piece of orange as well in it.
We're having a bit more of an informal
I think the
session
first
today.
time when we guzzled it so quickly, Vivian, we had lemon and just standard put myself a tonic.
So,
I quite like soda water because it's quite simple. It doesn't add.
It doesn't overdo it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just
can you
brings out
pass
the
me the
flavours
garnishes,
in
please?
the gin
I
rather
think we
than.
might need to have some garnishes
Tonic.
at the back.
I think standard tonic and a bit of orange or a bit of lemon, and just off she goes.
I'm going orange.
Wow.
Bosh.
Orange and lime.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And what did you think of the
and more gin.
And what did you think of the lime?
I quite like it. It does make it quite sweet and sour.
Yeah.
But I'm into that. I really like that.
Yeah. I really like it with orange. And do you like it with the spiced orange, Rachel?
Very
What?
sweet.
It's really
I like,
nice.
I like sweet.
Okay.
It's not sweet though.
What are we gonna? Are we gonna eat anything with this? Or are we gonna? What sort of situation are we gonna have this? So we just like we're gonna have it on a Thursday, straight after work because we're all feeling loopy. Is that kind of?
Yeah.
It's going well so far.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
really
this
impressed by the texture
Go
of the
well with-
sultaniness.
Go well with potato chips. Come on. Suggestions, please.
All right.
Duck.
Yeah. Duck. Or
Sweet,
Spicy duck.
saucy,
See,
saucy duck.
Yeah.
a suckling pig, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Duck l'orange.
La di da.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's really interesting is I sometimes get worried about these sorts of tastings where we might be competing,
Yeah.
but I think these are
They're all very independent.
three completely independent.
I like all of them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I was in the mood for this, I would not enjoy this.
No.
But if I was in the mood for something big and juicy,
That wouldn't be the one
the
you go
sultanas
for.
would
No.
not be the one I would go for. So I think there's there are different times and places.
I think this is a later at night drink. I think I could really drink this with food. I don't think I could actually drink the other ones with food.
I think I could do that with food.
Yeah, definitely 2 accents.
I could do
I
this
think
before
so.
food.
No, I could do that before food. I think it's a good aperitif.
So aperitivo.
4 pillars aperitivo.
2 accents during and after, and Fossey's
Dessert.
during.
Dessert.
No, you can do it during.
During dessert. Yeah, bit of both.
I would do
I
it
reckon-
mixed.
It's almost like dessert.
I reckon
winey.
that way for me, because this would go along with the duck, and this would go good afterwards or something.
I think I'd want to finish with this.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
The sweetness.
I'd quite
What
happily.
are you thinking, Rachel?
I'm thinking, considering the 2 accents was more martini-ish, which is a before dinner drink.
Ah.
And then we were saying that the 4 pillars had a bit of a herbal digestive
Ooh.
end. So I can flip them.
Ah.
So do you think you could do martini beforehand, have your dinner, then do a digestive
This is Rachel's order now.
Yeah.
and dessert?
2F4.
Sure.
No.
Or-
No, Fossey, you can go in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah, assuming we're having duck.
Assuming we're having duck. Okay, we're having duck.
Ah.
It's getting very complicated.
So
here.
the
Fossey's
slice of
Distillery
orange.
has said you guys have got the whole meal. Certainly do. We've got it planned out.
Oh, you got
Well, we're at one point in the very long future when we eventually get out of secondary lockdown, we're going to have a Peking duck dinner now.
Oh, all right then.
So,
Yeah, I'm on it.
you know,
I'm on it. This is it.
this is it.
This is it.
Yep, good job.
And every week when we do these
Deliciousness.
tastings and we say things like, what would this be good in? And we say a Negroni or a Martini, I sometimes go home and try it out. And I'll let you know, we are just experimenting and thinking on this because sometimes it doesn't always work.
If it works,
And guess what? Sometimes it does.
if it works, we'll post it on our Instagram story.
Maybe we will. It's a good
With
idea.
some recipes. Yeah.
I haven't got any duck at home to actually cook. I could have.
Yeah. Well, do we have any last comments on Shiraz Gin? Apart
We
from they're
like it.
delicious and different.
Goes to show there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Well,
No,
and
no clear winner this time. I think that I don't
no,
know.
and I think there's a couple of other guys out there making Shiraz Gin now too, so it's becoming its own category really. But what we got recently from Never Never is a
Grenache.
Grenache Gin.
Oh,
So I don't know how they've made that.
We're gonna have to speak to them.
Grenache grapes, blah blah blah. Wines were planted. So
Beautiful. Do we want to talk about the next week's tasting?
This is grape that's been stooped in gin. Steeped.
stooped.
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 Pretty low.
So,
So
I'll stand
next
up
week's,
straight.
next week's tasting, we're doing fortified wines. So a bit of a departure from our alternating between wines and spirits.
I'm right, just trying to get the label up.
But so next week we are doing
I'm fine.
not necessarily a normal wine, but a fortified wine.
Which does
Winter
kind of flow on here because I reckon where was the Tokay? That
This from the Fossies.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. I had that sort of.
that
tokay.
kind of Tokay kind of flavours, which is borders on.
A cocktail
Yeah, we'll
waiting
talk,
to happen.
talk all about that.
Anyway, so
later.
next week we have the Stanton Colleen Classic Rutherglen Tawny and the Classic Rutherglen Topake and the Rutherglen Muscat from
Classic.
Campbell's.
Beautiful. And then, the week after the long-awaited, we're going to be doing...
Tequila!
Unbelievable.
Woo! Much requested.
Yes, so we have tequilas in mind, but we haven't got them in the shop yet. So, you just have to check us out on Facebook tomorrow when we post the event.
Yeah.
The tequila event.
We
How
might-
exciting.
oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I've ordered them. I don't know when they're going to arrive.
Oh, yeah, we'll sort that out later.
Anyway, we'll keep you guys informed as to our tastings coming up. We are obviously doing fortifieds. They're on our site for order right now. So get in while you can, because we don't have unlimited stock.
And then there's tequila. And then after that, we're talking about Shiraz maybe?
Yeah, we were thinking maybe Shiraz. So if you have any
And then
other
after that, we're talking about whiskey again.
whiskey, maybe we'll see.
And then it'll probably be gin again.
I know.
Wow.
Oh, must be time for gin.
Time flies.
If there is something you would specifically like to taste or something different or different ideas, let us know. Send us a
We'll
message.
put it
We
in
are
the
a
list.
democracy.
We are.
Eventually.
Eventually.
We'll get around to you.
Yeah.
And if you are quarantining at home as you should be, please let us know if you need anything from the store, and we are happy to organise something to be delivered to you.
We have been so grateful for our couriers this week. It's been an
Yeah.
absolute godsend. So wherever you are, we can get things to you. But as we're going back into lockdown, please call in advance. It might take a couple more days to get to you.
And share these tasting events because people have been enjoying them, and yeah.
And thanks to everyone who's been taking photos and posting them on Instagram. There has been some amazing photos of
Some
stuff
of them are
coming out
really
this
good.
week and in the last couple of weeks. So we might be announcing another winner of our social media.
Look, they're all better than one.
Beautiful. Well, everyone,
Stay
home
safe, stay
and-
inside,
Stay safe.
drink some gin.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you
Bye,
next
guys.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Next week.